Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Rockingham for race number 2 of the Dr. Pepper Xfinity Series. And I'm James here along with Kyle Matthews, and we're set for a running of the GM Goodwrench Service 200. And we had a great race at the Cup race, so we hope to duplicate that in Xfinity here. And Kyle, what do you think for this, expect for this race here today?
I expect some good racing like we saw in the Cup race yesterday, which got off to a pretty chaotic start, but it settled out and saw a lot of good side-by-side racing, and even pit strategy played a role at the end. I don't know if we'll see that today, but it should be good.
Well, with the V6 engines, you would think that the pit strategy would not come into play as we did for the Cup cars, but as we said, we're about to see here today. On the pole for today's event, it's Austin LaPlante, car 24, the unsponsored Ford. As we said at Daytona, unusual to see that car unsponsored and a Ford. And Kev Sherrill sitting next to him in the number 75 Food Country Oldsmobile. A couple of familiar Cup schemes here. Stephanie Gardner, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet, and she'll sit alongside Zach Rogers, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Going to the third row would be Luke Walker, the innkeeper Buick, car number 5, and alongside of him the number 87 Dentine Chevrolet of Jared Holmes. He'll start on the outside. A pair of Buicks, it'll be Grayson Acavito and the number 7 Skull Bandit Buick, and beside him the number 6 Roses Buick of Kayla Smith. She'll start alongside. Then it's Robbie Bogues, the number 17 Western Auto Chevrolet, and he'll start alongside the number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac of William Brock, one of the 4 Pontiacs in the field. Dylan Young in the other DuPont paint scheme, the number 2 DuPont finishes number Chevrolet, and beside him Jonathan Zorla, the number 40 Purex style Ford. Then it's Jeffrey Finguy, the number 92 Stanley Tools Chevrolet, and he'll have the Chairwine Ford of Zach Flickinger alongside. Kat Tellier, the number 38 Ford Credit Ford Thunderbird, will start on the inside, and alongside of her Jessica Shelton, the number 11 Budweiser Ford for Bill Elliott Racing. Then it's Peyton Beasley, the 15 Exxon Chevrolet, and she'll have Linda Acabita, the number 9 FDP Brakes Chevrolet, and she'll start alongside. JT Bryant, the number 51 Coors Extra Gold Oldsmobile, will start alongside Thrash Maniacs Levi McIntyre, the number 99 Luxair Chevrolet. Then it's Nathan Hudson, the number 27 Gwaltney Bacon Buick, alongside the Fina Loop Chevrolet car number 20 of Marty Johnson, making a splash so far in the Cashel GTX Cup Series. Then it's Cody Lamas, a 72 Detroit Gasket Oldsmobile, and a pair of Oldsmobiles. In fact, Nick Pericles, the Channel Lock car, will start alongside. Then it's Joshua Balkowitz, number 55, in his Ford, and alongside Leah Walker in her Oldsmobile car 00. Then it's Benjamin Miles, the number 14 MW Windows Chevrolet, and beside him Joshua Osborne, the Nescafe Nestea Pontiac. And then it's Dalton Day, the 25 car, driving for Don Beverly this season, and beside him John Arndt, the number 1 Carolina Dior's Ford. Then it's the 32 Nestle Crunch Pontiac of Dylan Hughes, and beside him the Daytona winner Seth Cole, the Daytona 500 champ. Well, I shouldn't say Daytona winner in this race, but he starts alongside. Tony Green, the number 43 French's Black Flag Insect Repellent Pontiac. Don't try that L1 recipe. He'll start on the inside. Beside him, one number up, it's Johnny Gardner, the 44 Penrose Oldsmobile. Then it's Blaine Sexton, number 45 Fair Racing Buick, and beside him, Dylan Throw, the Polaroid Chevrolet number 46. Dougie Shear, Super Shears, the number 59 Alliance Truck Parts Oldsmobile, will start alongside Madeline Beasley in number 08. Keith Batson, one of the hard luck drivers in the NR 2003, starts inside the next row in the Mac Tools Ford. And beside him, Henry Samper in his Buick, and shotgun, the Daytona winner in this series, wow. Mike Becker, starts dead last in the field.
Talk about a turn of fortunes right there.
You ain't kidding. Here comes the command to fire him up.
Drivers, start your engines!
And given the fire the engines, we get set for racing here today for 40 laps around here at Rockingham, same distance we had in the Cup race. As we said, different engine sounds with these cars. V6 engines instead of the V8s you heard in the Cup Series. You thought these were loud at Daytona? Well, they're gonna be a bit noisy at Rockingham. Wait till we get to the short tracks.
Oh boy.
Pace car looks on the pit road. Austin LaPlante leads him down car 24. The green flag waves. So we're underway here at the Rock.
Already 3 wide mid-pack. We have trouble bringing the 32 in.
And it was Dylan Hughes, car 32, who spun. We saw the 6 of Kayla Smith come down pit road. I don't know what's wrong with her car.
And no caution.
Well, apparently the 32 car saved it, and Stephanie Gardner will take the lead in car number 4, starting from that 3rd position. In the second goes Luke Walker in the Innkeeper Buick, car number 5. He'll have second. Kayla Smith drops back to last place. Grayson Acevedo in 3rd in a battle for 4th. Darn pace car. Robbie Bogues, Dylan Young, and Austin LaPlante battling it out for the top 5.
Close hitter falling back already. Not a good start with 24 LaPlante.
Just got caught up in a high line. I guess you might say it's a kiss of death sometimes in NRSL 2003 racing. As he's now got Zach Flickinger underneath a pair of Fords going at it, as now Kev Shearer finds the inside lane, getting by William Brock. Shearer was the outside pole sitter, driving for Charlie Henderson in the Food Country Oldsmobile.
One car to keep an eye on is that number 2 with Dylan Young. We saw how strong he was in the Cup racing. Did the same thing for today. Currently running in the 5th position.
Dylan Young trying for the weekend sweep at the Rock. We may have one more visit here late in the season. We haven't decided that yet. Look at Luke Walker, though. He's got Stephanie Gardner in his crosshairs. And Kev Shearer now going up alongside Dylan Young for the number 5 spot. As he's now may get Robbie Bogues, though, possibly. Nope, Bogues shuts the door. And William Brock, Austin LaPlante there watching all this action taking place. And now Zach Flickinger losing 3 spots to Jeffrey Finguy, Cody Lamas, and Nick Pericles. And seems like the high side's where everybody wants to go. Everybody tries to go here at the Rock. And JT Bryant taking your suggestion there as he tries to get underneath Dougie Shears in the 59. And that's a battle for the 17th position. And a whole cluster of cars are there. Jared Holmes in 87, Benjamin Miles in 14, Leah Walker is in there, Jonathan Zorlin number 40, Jessica Shelton, Marty Johnson, and John Arndt in there as well. Joshua Osborne thought about making it 3. In fact, he does make it 3 wide. Take a look here from the copter cam here. Linda Acevedo running just ahead of Zach Rogers. That's 25th right there. Sometimes you never can count on what lane you're running in from one lap to the next. As Stephanie Gardner takes the lead back in car 4, and she's put a little distance on Kev Shearer in 75. But look at Austin LaPlante go, though, and trying to make his way back to the number 1 spot.
On the outside early on, but making up ground right now a little bit better. I think it was about 2nd spot.
He sure is, and Austin LaPlante back up to 2nd, but not for long maybe, because here comes William Brock, car number 30, as he unleashed the power of his Pontiac. Nope, LaPlante shuts the door on him in 24.
Stephanie Stephanie Gardner loving what she's seen in her rearview mirror. These guys battling for second spot. That's going to allow her to pull to the bigger lead.
Yep, she's saying there, keep it up here, guys. I'm loving this.
Good battle going on. She's on the race leader. William Brock goes to second spot now.
Sure is, as Austin LaPlante back there. Robbie Bogues remains in fourth position. Now look at Luke Walker trying to get back and make his way underneath Kev Shearer. Buick on the inside, Oldsmobile on the outside. Two of the manufacturers that had the bulk of the field. Actually, even though Chevrolet has them all beat at 13 cars in the field, Ford has 9, Oldsmobile with 8, Buick with 7, and Pontiac only with 4. Kind of unusual to see Ford kind of barely holding the second spot on the manufacturer's breakdown.
No kidding.
But Austin LaPlante not giving up that second spot. William Brock is thinking, come on, Austin, are you making it too hard on me, buddy?
I forget what I said earlier. It looks like they're running down the board despite running side by side. Playing all over the back bumper of Gardner now.
And these cars qualified at over 159 miles an hour. They had laps at over 160 as Gardner, yeah, she was way slower than LaPlante the last time by. And LaPlante saying, no, I'm going to take the lead back that you took from me, Stephanie, and he does. Move car 24 to the number 1 spot. And already 17 laps in the books, so this is a very quick race here at the Rock. Let's look at the back of the pack here. Mike Becker not making any headway in at 60 cars as Benjamin Miles now dropped to last place right now.
See if he can make up any more ground here as this race progresses.
Going up underneath the 27 Gwaltney car of Nathan Hudson in his Buick. Hudson, one of the strong winners in NRSL 2003, and he is not running very well here at the Rock here. Neither is Keith Batson. Batson, I often say Dalton Day is the hard luck driver in NRSL 2003, which he kind of is, but Batson has not won in our, believe it or not, in Casual GTX Cup Series, not since season 12.
It's been a little bit of a score over in the Cup Series as well. And run to the Daytona and Rockingham, so both the Xfinity and Cup programs might need a little bit of work as the season goes on.
And Kate said that 28 cars, not any more luck for him there, since we're going to 2000. We may be going to 2001 cars for Casual GTX Cup for season 15, but Batson, I'm sure, is going to want anything but. Batson's probably giving me the hint. He's going to want anything but that 28 car again. Tony Green now dropping the last place in the 43 car. Richard Petty Motorsports needs a little work on their Pontiac. But remember, a second ago I was talking about Mike Becker not making any headway. He's gone from last to 32nd right now. Seth Cole trying to get the shove from Henry Sanford, 23. Seth up to 28th at the moment in the AC Delco Chevrolet.
Seth was the hard luck driver in yesterday's Cup race. It looked like they had all kinds of momentum. He rolled into Rockingham, started on the pole, but once they got the command of the car, went that higher, and took the green flag. He's looking to redeem himself today.
And we asked the crew that what they said the problem was on that car. They said we still don't know.
That's not a good sign right there.
Johnny Gardner, car 44, now going underneath Linda Acavito, one of the nicely painted Chevrolets in the field, the number 9 FDP brakes car. Teal blue and magenta hot pink on the car.
Good combination combination of colors right there looks really good on that car.
That would look good on any color car. Look good on Oldsmobile, in fact, during the '93 season. Dylan Thoreau up there. Johnny Gardner does still stuck in about 27th place in the Bobby Labonte car. Kat Tellier, the team car to Keith Batson. She's 24th. I'm sure Keith is kind of lobbying to switch setups with Kat, I think, for the next race on the tour.
Absolutely. He's do some node sharing or something to try to run the same setup.
Joshua Osborne up there, 22nd position. Kayla Smith running 21st. Good recovery after she made an early unscheduled pit stop.
Yesterday and got involved in an early crash and lost all 90 ground.
And Levi Triumphant at number 18 position right now as he gets underneath Blaine Sexton, one of the Buicks in the field, number 49, driving for Ed Fair this season, and move Levi McIntyre up to the 18th spot for Thrash Maniac Racing. Dylan Young slipping way back into the 16th position.
Yeah, we saw him running in the top 5 not too long ago, but I'm pretty sure that Dylan maybe just got caught on the outside.
On board Dylan Young's car. We saw the Ideal Racing grid that they want to run her right down that white line. Or in Dylan's case, about a lane up from that white line.
That's the third group, but the Rockingham really eats up the tires, and this is where, goes on. It makes it very difficult to stay on the inside, which creates some really good racing here. You see cars slipping and sliding around.
And we'll be heading to some tracks later on in this Xfinity Series and the Cup season both, where they'll be doing a lot of slipping and sliding here. Like I said, wait till we get to tracks like Bristol.
Oh yes.
Zach Rogers having better luck in the Dale Earnhardt cars as he did at Daytona, running in 10th position. Yeah, letting Grayson Acabito in the 7 car know, hey Grayson, I'm back here. Stephanie Gardner has slid back a bunch now. She's back to the 5th position already, right behind Luke Walker. Stephanie led the early portion of the race.
And for the lead shaping up here, William Brock has got Austin LaPlante. He's going to go to the inside of him as they head into 3 and 4.
Trying to give the Pennzoil people something to cheer about here at Rockingham, and he's... But boy, Austin LaPlante not making it easy on him.
Brock led the lap, though, and should clear him on the exit of 1 and 2 here. Yes, he does.
But that's letting Kev Shearer, Luke Walker, and Stephanie Gardner possibly maybe back in the race. So I tell you what, they keep this up. We would have a 2-car race, we may have a 5-car race for the win.
Oh, that would be exciting. Playing not going anywhere off the back bumper again. He wants the lead back.
6 laps to go. Remember, at this point of the Cup race, we saw pit stops. Now, what we see this, Kyle said, asked, do we have the same thing for the Xfinity cars? Austin LaPlante back up front. Good way to attract a sponsor possibly for that 24 car.
Absolutely, best way to hit the road while he's doing it. I believe he's led the most laps in this race after starting on the pole.
He, Stephanie Gardner, William Brock have switched the lead back and forth. Those are the 3 drivers that's led today. 4 laps to go. Gardner moving back up to the number 3 spot. And you're on board Stephanie Gardner's car. She knows it's right there. The lead's right there in front of her.
Caution lights come on. Wow, this is talk about a game changer here.
And it is. Oh, Joshua Balkowitz and Seth Cullis crashed. I thought she was kind of confusing the caution lights with that orange light on the tachometer. But we had 3 laps to go, and that's the case, so Austin LaPlante. Oh my gosh. Benjamin Miles has crashed. Marty Johnson, heavy damage to his 20 Phenolube Chevy. Let's go back and replay and find and see what happened. Oh my goodness.
Man.
We saw Leia Walker. She was on the apron of the track. Yep, it happened right out of turn 4. She was running 19th. Gets off the wall. Off of Jonathan Zorlin. And Zorlin comes around, had hit the wall. Leia goes in about a 50-mile-an-hour slide. Now watch the rest of the field come up. Oh! Joshua Balkowitz, nowhere to go. Same with Seth Cole. Madeline Beasley, she's in it. John Arndt. Oh my gosh, and Madeline got jacked up big time.
I think Seth Cole will be happy to get out of Rockingham after this weekend.
Mike Becker's in it. Keith Batson, I think he got a little bit of back end damage. Peyton Beasley got some hood damage on his Exxon Chevrolet.
Man, oh man, that was one of the most violent wrecks I've ever seen at Rockingham.
Let's jump on board with Joshua Balkowitz. Fasten your seatbelts on this one. Congratulations, Joshua. You just took yourself right out of the race.
Oh, that hurt just watching it.
But the yellow and white flags have waved, and that means Austin LaPlante, car 24, is going to get the win in the GM Goodwrench Service 200. And unsponsored car maybe, but that car was fast today.
Certainly was. Great duel with the 30 of William Brock there late in the race. Too bad that caution came out. I just wanted to see how this race would have finished. It would have stayed under green.
Austin LaPlante certainly didn't want it to happen, and there he is. There it is. Austin LaPlante wins at Rockingham. The number 24 unsponsored Ford. Uncharacteristic to say both those things, but combination worked out. William Brock will come up second. Third, Stephanie Gardner after a good performance today. Kev Shearer, a great performance, coming home fourth. That team's going to be one of the cars to watch this season. He had a strong win at Daytona. Luke Walker, car 5, finishes P5 here today as the Pontiac Trans Am pace car. Average speed 137.920.
Rest of the top 10, you see Nick Pericles in 6th, Zach Rogers coming home 7th, 8th, Cody Alanis, Jessica Shelton in 9th, and Zach Lincoln rounding out the top 10.
Great run for Shelton. She was in mid-pack when we talked about her early on in the race.
It's going to help her out in the points too. I think she had a top 5 finish at Daytona, so she'll be
almost won that Goodies 300 as well. Robbie Bogues taking the Darrell Waltrip car to 11th in the field. Harry Gant's Buick, driven by Grayson Acevedo, is in 12th. Jeffrey Fingard, Dalton Day, Levi McIntyre rounds out the top 15. Then it's Blaine Sexton, Jared Holmes, Dylan Young, Joshua Osborne, and Jonathan Zorlin in the top 20. Heartbreaker for Dylan Young, who was going for the weekend sweep at the Rock, but it's always the next race, of course.
Absolutely, and boy, a lot of cars got knocked out in that wreck there.
One caution flag, and it had to be with 3 laps to go. And the car's out of the race. Nathan Hudson, Leia Walker, Marty Johnson, no kidding with all the smoke we saw out of his car. Benjamin Miles, Peyton Beasley, Joshua Balkowitz, Seth Cole, and you're right, he's gonna be happy to get out of Rockingham. John Arndt and Dylan Hughes all out of the crash area. But fine welcome back for Dylan Hughes from NR after about season 2, I think, in my series.
Wow.
Back at that to give you that's back about 2011 or so. But rough day at the Rock for that bunch. But a great day for Austin LaPlante. Car 24 takes the win here today at Rockingham, as he takes home the GM Goodwrench Service 200. So that happening here today. Here for Kyle Matthews, I'm James Qualls, and we'll see you at the next race on my tour. Here, take care.
See ya.